So this is the Euro Pound analysis for Monday the 23rd of October. Let's just talk about what's happened on Friday. So on Friday, let's just get this back on the right chart. Now, before we talk about Friday, let's go on to the high time frames first. So let's just go on a monthly. Let's see where we are. So on a monthly chart, and we can see we're still clearly in a. Let's just get my get the pen out. See, we're in an uptrend. We have found resistance there, in and around that region. We have pulled back. We are operating in the shadow of. Let's just clean this chart up a bit. We are still operating in the shadow of this bearish candle there, and we have seen some selling in around that 90.24. Prices have tested it on a couple of occasions now, and we have found resistance in around there. So we could potentially see breakdowns towards the 88.50 levels, but we have to see how prices develop. But overall, we are in an uptrend because we had our lows here, had a bit of a had a pullback, first pullback there, further continuation, pullback again, continuation. We do appear poised to put another pullback. We might even see another continuation to retest 94.11. But that's a long way away, so let's just have a look at the weekly time frame. And here on the weekly time frame, the strength of a trend is, I suppose you could say, was the same on the monthly time frame. It's not as strong as we'd like. We did have a couple of occasions where we did go into a bit of a range, but it's to be expected. So we had our lows down here, had a higher low there, bit of a pullback, higher low, went back up, slight pullback, went back up. Now this was a deeper retracement than we like. We did break into a bit of a range there. We tested the top of the range in and around there, broke out to make slightly higher highs. Now we have seen some selling come back into the market into the 92.20, and as we did make a slightly higher high, the sellers that were in and around this region seem to have stepped in and drove prices lower. Now prices have not been able to negate the let's clean the charts up a little bit, if the drawing tool would like to work. So prices have not negated this bearish candle with the black triangle above it. Just there on the 11th of September. Prices have come up and stalled on a couple of occasions now on the weekly time frame from that 90.24 level. The fact that we have a bit of some selling momentum there. A couple of things will either happen. We'll either break out on another retest, as the region's been tested quite a few times, or due to the fact that we have a lot of heavy selling, buyers will step out of the way and bears will take a hold of the market and possibly go on to test the 80. Well, 88.50 is quite a bit away. Go on to test the levels below, which I'll identify on the execution time frame. So on this weekly time frame, let's just see where we might possibly have some support or resistance. We do have the 20-period moving average sitting at where is that? It's currently sitting at 89.39, and we are below it at present. We're also below 89.45, which is a weekly pivot from a couple of weeks ago. So we might see quite a bit of resistance to the upside in the short to medium term. So if we go to have a look at the daily chart, see where we are. So on this daily chart, we can clearly see here we've had our high over. Let's just get the pen, make it a bit easier to see. So we've had our highs there, and we've come down, found support in around this region as well, which is around the 88.50, was it? And we found support. Now we found resistance on two occasions, as can be seen there and there, on the 90.24. The strength of the candle on a Friday closing near its lows is bit of a cause for concern if you are a bull of the euro against the pound. And it's a pretty strong candle, closing near its lows. So a further continuation to the downside, we'll definitely be looking at 88.73, below which you'll be looking at 88.51 on the daily time frame. Further breakdowns beneath. Let's see where those were at 89.23. Further breakdowns, we could potentially see prices retrace all the way back down to test in around this 87, in around 87.84, somewhere in around that region there, before we possibly might see some support, as we found support here in around the 87.57 region. We've also got we found some support there as well over here. You can see on the left of the chart, we did find a bit of consolidation where we found support for it being used before it was used as a springboard for a move to the upside. So let's just have a look at the daily time frame and get some perspective so we can have a look at levels a bit better. So on the daily time frame, if I zoom out a bit, and there we go, and I will just grab the pen. So identify the area before, which was a strong level of 90.24, and we can see we've came pretty close to touching that 90.24. We were close enough due to the fact that we had a series of smaller candles there, followed by a large candle which showed there's a momentum candle. It's an MC. So the thing is, with an MC, we would like to ideally like to see close at its low or pretty close to its low. So we saw these candles here, the smaller ones going into the 90.24 level, have small bodies, indicating not much conviction by the bulls. I can see why they might have been cautious about the level, as you can see over here on the selling on the 12th of October. They might be cautious about that level as well, as it is a major level. And yeah, they were, I suppose they were right. It's probably a combination of sellers eagerly awaiting price to reach the level, and buyers being cautious, especially in light of the heavy selling we saw there before. So both of them combined for a pretty strong sell-off from 90.24. We didn't even have much of a reaction around the 89.45, this weekly pivot, and price even broke below this 200 period moving average. So momentum seems to be taking us down towards testing this 400 period moving average. Currently sitting at 89.06, beneath which the next major level will be 88.73. We did have some resistance in around here, 89.02. Well, 89.06 is close enough, I suppose, where the 400 period moving average is. So 88.73, below which we'll be looking at 88.50. We didn't come down to 88.50 on these two occasions over here before we had a strong move to the upside, but 88.50 would definitely be where we'd be looking for the next major level if we successfully navigate both the 400 period moving average and the 88.73. Below 88.50, we'll be looking at a weekly pivot of 88.20, and below that 87.83. We're not likely, I wouldn't think we'd get down to 87.83 on Monday, but 88.73. Yes, I don't think we'd get down to 87.83 on Monday, but we definitely possibly might get down to 88.50. 88.73 is definitely achievable. 88.50 will likely be coming to play. So yeah, that should wrap up the euro pound. To the upside, the levels are all pretty clear. We've got the 89.45. We could potentially see prices pull all the way back to 89.45. Find resistance, as we saw over here to the left of the chart on the 18th, and break down for a move towards 88.73. Or if we do break above 89.45, we'll look for a retest from the other side before a possible continuation to test 90.24. And we'll see if we do break out from that level and continue upwards towards 92.20. But currently momentum seems to be to the downside, and the next major level is at 88.51. So that should wrap up the euro pound analysis. So before I go, LCS, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.